great kill potential. But monkeys have shown in the past that they oftentimes aren't really quite on the same page with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we're gonna be getting ready quite soon. As I was told, we are not heading to a break, so we are going to be ready to head into the map quite shortly, I hope, as we can see if that does work out for the Monkey Menagerie. As like we said, their draft looks pretty fantastic. Let's see if it pays off for them, and they can begin that reverse sweep. Karo, who's on the right?
To the right side, we have the EPunks with Cars on Dehaka as his URL got banned out. Sonic Le Beast is feasting it up on my F. Grand Paquette on Deckard Kane, Rostmak on Vala, going into an arrow build, and Lauber with Tyrael.
But how much of an arrow build? Will we see that? We can still get Arsenal, obviously. This still is mana reduction, so you're not getting mana regen from Hot Pursuit, but it means you're going to be less mana intensive for immediate burst, so we will see. We'll see how the build is. Nice triple stun by Alex, but the shielding from Tyrael, too good.
Arrow build being chosen here. I mean, good mercenary control if you want that. Have to admit, this is the first arrow build that I've seen in a long time. Most of the Valas that you see these days, and granted, within the European region, that's not a lot, is a normal multi-shot build. Now, there's a couple of hybrid variations with an arrow build, but the 13 talent is what we're going to look for the most. Is that going to be Gloom to try and negate the damage that comes out from Tyrande, or are we instead going to see the siphoning arrow? That's probably the biggest moment of contention.
Sonic survives the burst of Tracer, but you're exactly right. The Gloom is going to protect you against so much, but Siphoning Arrow, if you're going for a full Hungering Arrow build, then of course it's going to be very effective. On this map, in theory, I can 100% see the logic, of course. Mercenaries are a huge deal on this map. It's why Vikings used to be so proficient here, due to the fact that anything, the Mercenaries do so much structure damage and of course can do core damage. So having that kind of PvE style can be quite effective, but right now they need to, you know, not die as Monkey Menagerie begin a pretty passive invade for the moment. With Loba hovering around the side, they might just give this up, but they have the Junkrat grenade, but Rampaketa holds the point and forces Rem around.
Yeah, Maka is also throwing out those bombs whenever he can. He talked about this in the past, always saying, like, if you are playing Tracer, even if you don't get a kill, you don't have to get a kill with your level 10. You just go in and you get the damage out. But yeah, Rostmak versus Maka is, for me personally, the big battle here in the game. There's a lot of other things to consider, but this will be a big story here. Rimmerballer is already roaming around, trying to see if he can get that Stormbolt set up for someone else to capitalize on with the damage. We've seen Crosby with a couple of those concussion grenades too, concussion mines, but let's see how that's going to work out in the long run.
Monkey Mercs make it in. EPunks were cleared up, so a little bit of value gain there for Monkey Menagerie, who also have a tiny, mostly insignificant experience advantage. But we are, in fact, seeing Vala continuing into a Hungering Arrow build as Lauber is forced to back up. Good tether, no follow-up.
I'm going to be honest, though. It's only 2.5 minutes in, but already I feel the monkeys are definitely the ones pushing the envelope here. They're the ones to try and initiate fights. They're the ones trying to get the kills, and EPunks are more playing reactive, which is, I guess, what you would expect with the draft here, too. Especially, of course, since a lot of the power spikes on the EPunks center around the level 10s, when, for example, Tyrael finally gets his heroic ability.
Mercenary is picked up by EPunks, who once again seem to be very mercenary focused. Tyrande currently completely unattended, so are they just going to go for a 1 for 2? EPunks just going to take the shots against them here.
All right, exchange here. Again, early game, I feel EPunks, they will not focus too much on any big fights, for the reasons mentioned earlier. You really want to have the Sanctification ready. You want to have the tools here with Isolation too. Even in Vala, damage output and potential stun coming out is going to be huge. Monkeys are just stronger in that early stage of the game. So EPunk's not even battling for the third altar and just saying, you know what, just take it. We're fine with one, as long as we don't give up everything, we're cool.
All right, they're going to hold the line for the moment. Everyone backing up right now, of course, due to the trade out. EPunk's a little bit behind on core health, but they're sticking even on experience. So they are just lasting until the mid stages of the game, as you already mentioned. They just head into the lanes. It's a much slower start to the game than all the ones we've seen so far.
Junkrat is trying to... Oh, Junkrat also being the one attacked here immediately, but like he's the one attempting to just push out the lanes as quickly as possible, outside of the one-on-one at the top side, which Blaze and Dehaka are just completely locked into. The level 7 talents for EPunks and also for the monkeys are now finally ready. That means, of course, that Vala gets her repeat on the arrow, goes for the repeating arrow here with a puncturing arrow on the level 1, trying to get those stacks in. 1 accomplished so far. And besides that, we're having 4 Blaze again, the 7 talent, which has become very popular throughout the Eastern Clash, and afterwards Crossfire taken here.
Very interesting, but of course it is pretty decent for a little bit of extra burst, a little bit of poke damage. Can always gain some value. Junkrat flies away. Sonic continues to chase, gets the tether, but can they chase him down? Hungering Arrows are bouncing in, and Loba picks up the kill. They're pinging him. They want the turnaround, but instead they get Sonic.
Counter kill against Mayav. So 1-for-1 trade here. And with Tracer moving in, there's always the potential for another kill happening, of course, as well, if you can chase them down here. Talking about chasing, Lauba actually going in deep, trying to protect the mercenaries and also pushing the monkeys back here and getting a bit of extra damage. Marke moves out, so does Splendor, safe for now, as we have another altar appearing on the map.
Darker and Blaze are still dueling up in top lane, preventing Alex rotating down, because Cass, of course, has the global. I like the play, but it's too late. Marke's already got this.
Big advantage for the monkeys. 36-28.
Meg, this is the issue with Valor. He nearly dies there, but was able to survive though, so good job there. Remember, is definitely going to die. I stand so corrected, and they instead kill off Tracer in the backline.
Tracer goes down and can't get the kill against Rosmek. Marke here needs to be cautious. That was actually a nice escape of Muradin, but then as you said, the counter kill against, or the kill against Tracer makes it still an advantageous position for the EPunks, and now we're having them again in the leading experience. Granted, behind when it comes on points on the core, but down there building up the momentum bot side and trying to push that through.
Yep, they move in, they burn through the towers, get a little bit of pressure there. Cass already back in top lane, Sonic even helping him because they once again want that Sapper camp. This little 10 is hit.
Strafe. Going into the strafe here.
There's that containment disc. That's going to be the biggest deal. And also a stay a while and listen. They have so much divide and conquer potential. It's exactly what you need for multi-shot Valor. She is a single target blow-up hero with this particular build. Strafe, of course, helps a little bit of AoE and has a little bit of anti-synergy with stay a while. But you still have the ability to dive onto a target while someone is isolated, while people are sleeping.
Yeah, so at this point, we're again looking, of course, towards the synergies on the 10, but also the next altar on the map, and that's a single altar once more. And this is where the big one. There's already a huge amount of damage on the Lorba for free. Mark, on the other hand, also eating a lot of DPS from the EPunks heroes here in the mid lane. Vala starting to make the rotation down to the bottom.
She's on 11 stacks right now. Going to be getting quite high up there in terms of the damage.
There's the kill squad.
They're looking for it. They get the stun. Can they do it? Rosberg. Oh, bye, Rosberg. He gets destroyed. Isolation also whipped here as Marker just going to be able to easily pull away.
Cass with a great drag here, but of course the Celestial Attunement on the side of Tyrande is going to be fantastic throughout the entire game against Dehaka and his drags they can set up. Now with Vala down, that should be an easy altar again for the Monkey Menagerie. They're looking for another kill here. Marker already moving in. Sanctification baited out as Tyrael has to commit to it. The stun turnarounds, and this is the end of Tyrael's second kill for the monkeys.
They used a containment disc to try and get it. A containment disc apparently pauses sleep. I did not know this. So we do see him get taken out, but the shots are going to come in here. Yeah,
that's 24 points on EPunk's core against the 36 for the monkeys. Experience still fairly even. Camp invade happening as the tank is gone from the EPunk's perspective. And yeah, Marke starting to do work on his Tracer, really putting in the effort at this point.
Yeah. The argument's starting to get a little bit more in the favor of that gloom we were talking about earlier, because look at all this burst. It's doing so much work here, even with the extra shielding from Tyrael. If he's not there, Valor's basically dead every time.
Yeah, and even in the fights later, we should see a huge focus on that. I mean, Junkrat is another hero that we can't forget about. We focus heavily on Tracer, and the reasons are obvious. She is a focus point here, but Junkrat can always get the damage in too. Then again, Tyrande, aggression against her, containment is out again. Grand Paquette is going down here. Another great setup by Tracer, but Muradin gets the final blow.
Pulse Bomb plus Riptire plus Muradin. Cass with a great burrow. He might be able to escape here. Loba taking some damage too. And it's going to end up being a single kill for Menagerie, but
such a good draft.
It's doing so well.
So many stuns here the entire time. The Storm Ball, the Jet Propulsion, and bam, Tyrande coming in with the Lunar Flare too. There's so much happening here. And behind all of this, while EPunks are trying to dodge stuns, you just have the damage from Junkrat coming in. Tracer, Marke is doing work here. Double altar now, early level 13 already for the monkeys. And let's see how much effort they have to put into maybe even get that Bell Tower at the bot lane. Defense is there, but here's the attack.
Tracer gets absolutely annihilated. Sonic has to teleport out. Stay a while just to zone. Catches no one here.
Yeah, trying to save them on the retreat. But here comes the engage. Rema Baller is going deep for this one. And as we said, that bell tower is nearly gone. Lauber, a little bit far out. They should just get that bell tower and get out here.
They can just turn around. Oh my god. This is a turnaround. Zag, they get the Taronza. The drag just short of Marker. Rema pops the avatar. He's got the isolation, so he has no vision here. The charge just short from Alex, though. They're so tanky. Oh no. Here comes the Riptire counter.
The Riptire goes in. The damage. Lauber needs to be careful too. Marker actually just barely dashing away here. And a great move by Junkrat, pushing everyone out. But Monkeys didn't get that bloody bell tower. They didn't get a kill, and they lost 2 heroes. Now they're fighting back, and Junkrat goes down.
Monka takes him down as they instead turn onto Alex, looking for the counter kill. They get him, but Marker's here. He's going to do so much damage to low members, but it's just him and Rema. Tirana's on the way back. Marker, don't right-click the altar. He has to recall back, and they are being forced away. But now with Tirana here, interrupts galore, and immediately EPunks recognize this and just pull away.
What
a delay.
A bloodbath. What a bloodbath. 20 points on the EPunks score against the 36, and we are just having kills galore on each side here.
Junkrat's on the way.
Junkrat is on the way here. He has the poke. So does Splendor with the Staranda. Marcus looking for the kills. He's trying to charge his 10, of course. Poking away here as we have Crosby starting to go in as well with the grenades.
Moving forward, it's now a 5v4 as Alex is not here yet. This is EPunk's best chance to try and make a play. They immediately move forward. The Eldrin's might. Good damage. Look at that hungering arrow build on Rosmeg starting to come into play, doing that damage. He's gone for the siphoning arrows. That's to say, good bolt to avoid the damage. Apple turns around onto Alex, but Riptire coming in here. Cass weakens it.
Stumbled, miss that we saw in the engage. Good damage coming out. Again, the pulse bomb is in. Lauber jumping out. Quest completion mirrored, and that's going to help him for the fight as well. Sonic gets stunned out. He needs to be really careful. And there's the sanctification on the ground.
Sank is really good as they move back in. Stay a while, gets interrupted by Muradin. Lauber taken out due to the bunker. Sonic's in full retreat. And that's going to be another one fight for Monkey Menagerie, taking it 2-for-1.
Tracer going down here as Marker goes a little bit too deep. Nice move to push Rosmig away. That was an important one. 2-for-1 trade right now.
Whoa,
advantageous for the Monkeys. They have to interrupt. They could easily interrupt Cassia, and they do with the grenades on Junkrat.
Maev's on the way back, but they can't fight this, surely. Finally, they pull back, and it's going to be even more shots. Junkrat even pinging in a couple grenades for that bell tower, seeing if he could snipe it. Unable to do so as Valor ate them instead. But yet another one fight for Monkey Menagerie. And even though EPunks are keeping up in experience, the core health tells a very clear story.
Oh yeah, 16-36, a massive lead for the Monkeys here. And you can see the pressure on Vala the entire time. Marker may be a bit overzealous occasionally when he tries to go in very deep for a kill, but he's bringing the pain, and he's bringing the damage too. If you look at the damage output, he's sitting at 50,000. The next in line is Junkrat with 42, and if you look over towards the EPunks, it's 36,000 on Vala only, so Monkey's pushing way more DPS out.
Disc and Riptire both burned there in that little scuffle. Lauber is putting on the pressure pre-16 here. They're trying to make both teams are about to hit 16, but it's a little bit close for EPunks. It's why they're applying this kind of pressure. Wanting to try and catch someone out of position. Good concussion mine there, but they're not able to get an engage.
Yeah, also, again, when we're looking towards the attack, Rosmeg gets attacked here right away. Went into the siphoning arrow on level 13. 16, the frost shot, trying to control the movements of Tracer in particular a little bit better.
I like that. A little bit of slow, but a good start onto Tyrael. Stay a while. Lauber survives. He's got Sank back up and gets it at the last second. Here comes the turnaround, looking on for Rema. But with Sank expiring, they're not able to get the damage because Bunker's denied it. And David just misses.
Disc misses. Marker low, but able to move out, at least for now. Rosmeg even popping the strafe here, trying to get the final damage in to secure another kill. That didn't quite work out. Triple altar on the map in another 10. And they can still push for the bottom bell tower here quite easily. Just get Junkrat in position, and he can shell away and take it down.
It is so low. Dahaka hovering from above. If they can win this bot, he can tunnel up and maybe try and take the aggressive one. But they're eating so much damage from Maka right now. No one's channeling. Looks like Spender will move in, though. Oh, Loba. Cheeky move with the Eldritch Smite.
All you need is a grenade. One to make it through, and that bell tower is gone. And that would cut off the path of retreat for the EPunks too.
Okay, so they did exactly what I thought they were going to do. They tried to get the aggressive move with Cass tunneling in, but he got interrupted by the Stormbolt. In the meantime, Maiev could try and sneak up, but she's not being given enough time. She instead stayed mid lane to get some extra experience.
EPunks are down to 12 points on the course. Things are starting to become really, really difficult here.
They want to deny. Oh, hi, Crosby.
All right.
Aggressive
Sonic
play, but that's
gets
fine.
attacked, needs to be careful. Interrupt potentially again. They actually interrupt Cass here, and Alex gets the channel through.
This is bad news. This is really bad news. The potential for even more shots onto the EPunks core, but there's really no reason for Menagerie to fight.
That's not the only thing. Look at the bot lane. The wave could actually take down the bell tower here.
It's gonna. No one's in position to stop it. Minions are in far in advance. Oh, actually, one minion wave's on the way. Oh, Alex got it.
Alex has it, and it goes in.
Boom. Crossfire.
That one, Zagona. 8 points on the core against 32 is what we're having in the game right now, and the camp has been taken away as well. Market always looking for the next kill here. Damage against Rosmek, and he is down. Vala eliminated, and that's exactly the problem of this draft. This is what we talked about throughout the entire game in the draft already. The damage, the pressure, the threat against Vala.
Cass is trying to get top bell tower, buying his team some time. They have to stop these sappers making it in, and they do. With Cass able to take down top bell tower, he evens this up. Sonic has to live, though, to allow them to fight another day.
Sonic is solo, and they are all just like trying to somehow fight through this. Another Stormbolt set up here by Muradin, just barely missing. It's a tough game for the EPunks here. They are down on single digits right now.
Yeah.
And it's horrible from their perspective. Like, this is difficult, but they have a 3-0 in the series.
They're not out. Like you said, they have room. This is the time you can make these kind of drafts. But we're going to have a quick pause coming in here. But right now, once again, XP is even, bell towers are even, core health is not even.
I mean, guys, we really apologize for the breaks here, but as you can understand, this is, first of all, a super important series for both of the teams. This is literally, okay, do you make it into HGC or not? Do you drop out and lose your spot, or can you secure it? On top of that, we have Alex apparently with food poisoning, who now several times went for extended periods to the bathroom to puke his guts out, more or less. So it's tough for all of them.
Yeah.
So I understand that the breaks can be a bit annoying, but still, we want to make sure that they get the best environment that they can play it. And so if there are any issues at this point, this is really the moment where you have to like have that understanding where you say, like, okay, we get it. Like, this is the most important thing. So this time, we actually have the EPunks pausing it. They are currently in a really bad spot. They have trouble keeping Vala alive, as we more or less predicted. The pick on Tracer was a fantastic one. Junkrat already doing really well, and then you have this stun chain. It's so brutal to break through.
You can just see how squishy Vala is these days. That Tracer bomb, Vala had about 2/3 health and just absolutely destroyed. Even with all of the healing, with no shield potion available, with no Tyrell in position, she just gets destroyed.
And the damage output is absolutely insane. Make is just getting damage everywhere. He's throwing his pulse bombs out all the time. He's getting so much work done here. And it's just like the combined damage from not only Tracer, but Junkrat as well. They're just poking them down the entire time. And you look towards someone like Grandpa on Deckard Cain. He has really trouble keeping everyone alive. Even with Tyrell's shields and the sanctification that comes through, there's so much poke that oftentimes they have to make that snap call and say, okay, we go in and make our play now. And if it doesn't work out, then you are on the back foot. EPunks still put up a really good fight. But every time it comes back to the objective, it's just tough for them to secure the position on one of these altars. If they can snowball it to, if they can extend it to 20, have bottomless flask, that would help, but it's so late already. You're on 8 points on the core against, I think, 32 at this point.
Something like that. It's close. Like, it is 8 points, because none of the sappers made it in. So with 8 health left on the core, that's 1 altar plus boss. That is the end game condition. The next altar phase being a double as well. There is just end game conditions in top lane too. So 1 altar, if a team fight's won by Monkey Menagerie, the game is over. That's it. Simple as.
So apparently the pause was just put in because there's a fire alarm happening at Rosmek's place. And we are currently told that there's something with the kitchen.
Yeah, apparently the smoke alarm in the kitchen went off.
So I'm not quite sure what exactly is happening.
The celebration pizza didn't win quick enough. It's
Yeah,
burnt.
from what we can tell here, the house is fine. The house is not burning. Rosmek is safe, but apparently there's something with a fire alarm that just like popped off. So the series is plagued with a few interesting things. I never had that before.
It's all food related, it seems. We had a little bit of food poisoning. We've got the kitchen smoke alarm going off. All food related issues right now.
Do you think that Alex got a bit of a care package from the EPunks the day before the series?
Good luck. Enjoy this totally inconspicuous fruit basket.
Enjoy this fruit basket. Please eat in the morning before the match.
It will bring you luck.
Next level plays right there.
Just see EPunks just dressed as like the Wicked Witch from Snow White.
I mean, who do we know who's actually a good cook in HGC? Mopsio, what did you do?
Oh dear. All right, looks like we are ready to head back into the game very shortly, ladies and gentlemen. So we will be seeing the conclusion of this game number 4.
I don't know if the fire alarm is actually off. Like that
that might be comms.
That was the main reason, because like in the comms you can obviously hear the fire alarm. So I'm not quite sure if the fire alarm is off or not. No matter what, the game continues. I think he's fine right now. Like he came in and said like, okay guys, let's go. We can go in again. But yeah, so an interesting inconvenience that we have here. Top lane, Fender, double altar. This could literally be game. I mean, at this point, even if you get a single altar and you get boss, it's over from the EPunks perspective. So Monkeys can end this game now.
Cass is clearing out the sappers in the bot lane that were also piling on the pressure. But you can see here, EPunks, they have to play aggressive. They have to deny this. It would be nice if they could channel their own while this is happening. Containment disc is dodged again, but Tahaka has now arrived. They're looking for Marco, who's able to teleport away.
For how long though? Marco is close to dying and barely gets out here into the bunker, but that might still be the end of him, and he's down. Marco is down, and that could be the beginning of the end here in this fight. Another kill happening. Oh, it's a triple kill. Lauber survives all of it. A triple kill, and that's potentially 12 points.
How do they keep doing this, Caldor?
I have no idea.
They've been able to take another fight. They have to. Lauber needs to not block these Junkrat grenades. He's just dying. Oh my god, are they just going to give this up? Their health bars are non-existent. Tahaka's channeling their side. They've got such a good advantage. They're just going to delay this until Tyrael's healed at the fountain.
Rimmerballer could have just gotten the kill.
Yeah, it was
missing the Stormbolt there. Ah, yeah.
Crosby. Nice containment disc. They need to get in position though. Isolation. Oh,
nice.
The drag actually landed, but he was still
horrible.
flying.
That's a staggered death.
Rosmek, he just ran through the total mayhem, just ate so much damage, but he is alive.
They can go for boss now as well with this. Like getting Junkrat only needed a poke. They could have poked this out a bit, but now they are level 20 just around the corner for the EPunks. We have double altar taken by the EPunks. They're going for the boss. That's right now 12 points off the core of the Monkeys. Monkeys, of course, still far ahead.
Yeah, they're six health left on the core. That's like 2 sappers and any altar, seeing as they're going to retake top here. This, of course, gives time for EPunks to finally reclaim that bot lane.
Yeah, it's getting close though. I mean, the game a few seconds ago, it looked like a safe victory for the Monkeys, or at least like a very safe game for them. But now this is turning things around pretty quickly. Monkeys still far ahead.
Yeah.
But now it's 20 versus 20, and EPunks have at least started to start a bit of a turnaround here.
The game is entering its twilight hours as we are approaching the end at this point for potentially EPunks, unless they can keep this comeback going. As we see the sappers being picked up by Monkey Menagerie in top lane, by Cass in that bottom lane. They've got the pressure. Crosby re-arrives for his team to clean out the lane. They want top bell tower.
But still, we have Cannonball right now. We have Get Stuffed. There's so many fantastic talents on the side of the Monkeys. It's going to be so tricky for the EPunks to sustain themselves through 20 fights. It's going to be really rough. There's the double altar on the map right now. Already the engage. Here comes the sanctification. The Holy Arena. Well done. Cars in the backline already attacked here right away. Alex needs to be careful. Bunker is on cooldown. Alex needs to get out of here, and he does.
Cass gets stuffed. Cannonball's not enough, though. Here comes the scrape! As Crosby is healed up just in time by Splendor. A fantastic and just at the nick of time disengage from Monkey Menagerie.
Crosby and Marco were so low. It wasn't only the strafe, it was also Maiev going in, just getting that damage through the entire time with every single attack. But they can't just simply aggressively set this up again through the fountain, already recuperating a lot of their hit points, and now an even trade would still be fantastic for the Monkeys.
It's all down to this. They can't afford to give up these shots. Loba, interruption, burning Halo for a little bit of extra interrupt delay there. The Hackers grabbed their own side.
EPunks, great. They channeled through their own, and now they have a chance of going for the second tier too.
They've got to. I mean, they have to. They can't afford to lose more core health. Crosby just eats damage from Loba there. Good engage.
Yeah, we had a rotation into the middle from on trying to make sure that they at least get some extra experience and push the wave out. Not taking any damage on the bell tower itself, but right now EPunks are pushing in aggressively for this one again.
Junkrat is Junkratting, doing fantastic poke.
EPunks, Monkeys are currently trying to not funnel into that choke point. They're trying to make sure that there's not a massive engage from Lauber and from IF, and instead trying to fan around to look for a kill.
The longer they wait for this, the more likely Sank will be back though, and that's the biggest tool that EPunks have in their arsenal. Stay a while. Catches Muradin, they've silenced him as well. Can they finish off Reba? He's dropping low. Tether doesn't get him as Bunker saves the day. Grandpa and Loba both drop very low.
Great damage against Lauber. That was fantastic from Maka and forces them back. Great bunker as well to save Muradin, but of course having that pulse bomb coming through from Tracer was huge, and that is another 4 points off the core of the EPunks. They're down to 2. 2 against 16.
2 Sappers drag onto Alex. They're trying to finish him. Loba's pushed away. Loba is alive. He got the teleport out, but Alex survives too.
Lauber is ridiculous in this game. This is like the second or third time that he walks away with basically no HP whatsoever. Fantastic moves here by him again, and just on the edge. No kills happening just yet. But again, 2 points. 2 points is all that the Monkeys need to get their point on the scoreboard.
My heart can't take this game much longer, Caldor. It's so close. EPunks, they've pulled off an amazing comeback, but they're teetering on the edge. Monkey Menagerie just need one last push.
9 kills against 10. Another cam stolen here towards the right side. Cass comes in. Isolation. Muradin the focus. The kill against Alex.
They look for Reba next. They get him too. Respect the elderly with the silence. They finally land the containment disc. And this is going to be an easy triple kill for the EPunks. But what can they do with this? They have to, at minimum, get bottom bell tower. It's already weakened. That's a great move. But Tracer, in the meantime, is pushing in top.
There's no boss. You can't take boss right now. There's 16 points on the Monkey side, and there's no altars announced on the map yet. There we go.
There we go.
Spawn in 30 seconds. They will have a time window when Tyrande is still down.
Are they going for a triple cap?
Yeah. They can't.
It's taking too long if they are, because the Hackers pushing bot.
Bot
if they
lane is easy.
5 people up to top, they could in theory do it.
I mean, bot lane is an easy grab that should also give you access to the altar. I don't think that the Monkeys can go for the altar here.
It was a good clear by Junkrat there.
I mean, also, even going for that camp where the Monkeys just died, you can really question a decision too. Is that really necessary? Right now, the Monkeys are falling behind again. Bottom bell tower is taken. That's an easy channel here now as well. The Monkeys are going to play this slow. Maka cannot die here.
This ate so much damage. Crosby comes in for help. Boss is alive. 11 health to 2 as they begin taking the boss. Tyrande's up in 4. Muradin is going to be taking the portal. He could try and flank this, but look at that clear speed. Rosberg making the most of that Hungering Arrow. They were able to take the boss.
There's the drag. Alex needs to be really careful here, but here comes the Reptile. Goes in. They're trying to go for Lauber. Can they get the kill this time? He's low. He's really low again, but he walks away.
Lauber's playing a bullet hell right now with all these Junkrat grenades, keeping himself alive. He is able to back out.
7 points on the core against 2. They were so far ahead, but right now the Monkeys are actually starting to fear a little bit for their life in this series and in this game in particular. EPunks still extremely far behind when it comes to the core points, but they have the momentum on the map right now with 5 bell towers to 3.
Yeah, they've got it, but right now, Monkey Menagerie immediately taking the opportunity of the quiet time in the game. They reclaim bottom bell tower. This will even it up. Once again, they have lethal no matter what. They could lose all but 1 bell tower and still have lethal here. But the less that are available for Monkey Menagerie, the better chance they have.
They wrap around Muradin from the side here. Okay, they go for the camp instead. They give up the bell tower in the middle. Just let it go. They want to force the fight here. And here's the altar. That's the altar to, again, potentially end it all. Tyrael jumping in, jumping out. Camp's taken.
Loba is making such great use of this double teleport on the Eldarin's Might for great harassment plays.
13 kills against 9 in favor of the EPunks. Level 23 against 22. Here comes the poke. Here comes the Stormbolt. They're going in again. This Altar could decide it all. Monkeys might be able to put their name onto the scoreboard, but if the EPunks win the fight and take another bell tower, maybe even another camp, they could potentially even end the game here.
Cass is in trouble. Good burrow. Dodging the Stormbolt, though. Here comes the Riptire. There's a big group up of heroes here. Rosberg eats half his health worth of damage, but Tracer is beginning to creep forward, looking for Rosberg, but it's given time for Grand Paqueta to heal him up. Sonic
Great
also putting
damage
on the pressure. Good stun onto Deckard. Is it going to be enough? The follow-ups there. The Shadowstalk 2. The Sank is being dropped with the isolation on the backline. They get the double kill.
Double kill already as Tracer and Durand are both fallen. It's going to be a triple. Alex is trying to get away from this one, but he's body blocked already. And that is it. Alex is down, and now the chance for the EPunks to go for all of those bell towers. Sonic is already starting the channel. Can easily restart it again, and that would put the Monkeys onto one single point on the core.
Smart. Monkeys retake their own bell tower, moving it up to 5 again, so it's still just going to be 5 shots. 2 health left on both teams. Cores count.
Ridiculous.
Oh, this game is still going. When's the boss up? How long until that? Because right now, that is going to be the next objective, quite likely, that will end the game here. 2 minutes left on that boss. Bell tower will be up in a little bit longer than that. Oh boy, they're just going for ult bell towers at this point.
Junkrat has 150,000 hero damage by now. The poke is insane. Here comes the Diz, the stay while listen, and he goes down. Junkrat eliminated. Remabola jumping away, trying to stay alive here. Strafe comes through, hops again with a rewind, and is able to keep himself alive, at least for now. But they lose more ground on the map, and EPunks is rotating topside. They want to end this game.
They only need like, they only need a couple seconds worth of the triple cap. Immediately, everyone from Monkey Menagerie is in panic mode, running to bot lane. Material is coming in for the delay. If he can hold this, then that's gonna be it, Kaldor. They're holding the
barrage is starting.
It's all about the race. They gotta finish
First
it now.
one.
Kill it now. Kill it now.
Oh my god, no! They don't get it. They don't have it.
What? They got it. They got it. They're still alive! Monkey Menagerie holding on by the skin of their bananas!
27 minutes into the game, and here's the double altar, and Camp,
less than a minute.
Camp is prepared at the top lane too. That's another big one. You need to immediately go for it, and you can actually use Sanctification.
Yes,
you can
but
use
they have to
right now
stop
and
the
contain this.
There's lethal there as well for the Monkey Menagerie. Loba can't die here. They have to let these sappers go through while also denying both altars and then all potentially going for boss, which will be up in less than a minute.
But you have
They're
Sank.
moving forward. They
only need the Sank.
They have Sank. Stay
the
a
kill.
while.
Rosberg is down. Is that enough?
Blaze.
One shot. There's a shot. That's it. That's game.
That's it. The sappers make their way in, and it's gonna be EPunks taking the series in a 4-0. They have made it into HGC Europe